Hello, my fellow individuals. I am Mr. Many Mask Man here, and today I'm going to react to the Fullmetal Alchemist live action teaser trailer. Now, obviously, if you haven't seen that yet, then please watch it on the original link down below in the description box before you watch this reaction slash discussion. Fullmetal Alchemist. Oh boy, one of my easily top favorite animes out there. That one and Brotherhood, of course. I slightly prefer Brotherhood, just because it's closer to the manga and all that. I just felt like it was a better wrapped up, but I still like the first one too. You know, before that one. So either one is pretty much good. Plus, with the film, I think it was was it The Gate to Shambhala? I think it was the one after the first one to conclude the first one's story, and then you have Brotherhood, which is pretty much done on that. So. Oh man, okay, I remember I talked about a snippet of this. I think it was one of my videos about me and my friend Red. We were talking about when we were reacting, discussing about Assassin's Creed trailer, and we mentioned this a little bit. Now, live action anime adaptations. There's not that many that I can think of that are like successful or like wow they got a spot on. Just very few, to be honest. The ones I can think of, definitely the Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X. Those three movies, I thought it was well done. That was one of the few exceptions where I was like, wow, this is really good. Even especially in the first movie where they just had to kind of blend in almost most of the first arcs together, but it made sense in film and it was still good. I mean, I know they took out some things, they just kind of rushed it there, but it was still good, to get all that info and just put it in one film. And then, obviously, the second and third film was all about the Kyoto arc, which was the best one for Rurouni Kenshin, personally, where he has to, deal with Shishio and all that. But this isn't Rurouni Kenshin. What's another one? I think the first Death Note one was also pretty good. I haven't seen the second one, but the second one I heard was kind of not much, so. And then I heard more negativity from the Attack on Titan one. And then, of course, we got the Hollywood ones like Dragon Ball and The Last Airbender, which we don't want to talk about. We shouldn't. We don't want to. So I'm just not. I just don't want it to go in those paths. I'd rather go something more acceptable. You can't screw up Full Metal. The story's solid, it's pretty much there. I mean, I know they can't shove the whole story in one film, so I assume they'll do it in multiple films, like we did with Rurouni Kenshin. So I don't know how much is this going to cover. Obviously, it's a small teaser, it's only a few 30-something seconds, so we'll see. I don't know up until where. I guess maybe all up until Shao Tucker's, which the most where it hits you, people know. So if you've already seen it, maybe up to there, or let's see, because I guess let's see, at least for the homunculus, I think it'll just show lust, envy, and gluttony, and then obviously we'll see Fuhrer Bradley, aka Wrath. So I guess the beginning is just more of the, just like that whole first part. Maybe Scar will be there. I assume Scar will be there and all that. So I think it'll probably end until the bigger picture of where the Full Metal goes on from there, So we'll see. And I assume this will follow more against the actual story, like from the manga or Brotherhood. So I assume that's where it's going to go. But I'm just blabbering on, so I'll blabber more later after this. So let's just watch this little teaser right now. Nice. That's pretty tight. Gotta have that out. Al's armor looks awesome. It's not even the whole thing now. Oh, wait. I'm impressed. At least CGI-wise and all that, I am impressed. Whoops. I don't know what that was. Apologize. Anyways. Sorry. Too much, stuff going on there. Sorry, I've been clicking too many things. Anywho, Um. Okay. Wow. So CGI wise, I think that looked especially pretty good with the transmutation and all that. So this will be interesting. Obviously, I don't know. It just showed only just Ed and Al, so it's a teaser. So I don't know what part of the arcs they're covering, or what part of the story at least. But I assume it'll go up to I don't know if they go up to the death of Hughes, or up to Shao Tucker. You know, somewhere there, I think it'll probably be. And then I think maybe it'll be a good ending of it. They're gonna make another one, I assume, because they got to cover the whole story. So I assume, I don't know how many films. Usually a trilogy would do it, like Rurouni Kenshin did. They covered almost the majority of a bunch of first arcs in one film, and then the main arc, the most favorable one, in two films. So I don't know if Full Metal was going to do it that way or some other method. But for sure it's got to be multiple. It can't all be one film. It's just way too much to cover just in one film. So I think that's what I'm seeing here. It'll probably just go all the way up to, you know, to Shao Tucker's part, or all the way up to Mace Hughes' death. And probably where it ends there is when that's when the journey will start for Ed and Al, you know. So I think it'll probably at least cover up to there, and I think that actually would be a good start, especially for just the beginning, just to see what we're getting, because you know from there on, I mean, there's already alchemy and all that involved, but once we get more into, you know, more into the homunculus and all that, things get even more crazier with alchemy and the action and the fighting. So I think that would it's a good start, at least if they go that route, if they're just covering that much. So personally, I think that would be enough. But yeah, so it's not too bad just for a teaser. It looks nice. It actually looks promising for a teaser. I'm gonna wait obviously for my full judgment when an actual official trailer comes out for this one, which I guess we'll have to wait for a bit. Shouldn't be too long, I assume. I forgot when the release of this will come out. I have to look back again on when they're going to release this one, but I assume it's going to definitely be sometime next year, of course. But I just don't know what month and all that. I don't know if it's going to be very late of 2017 or during the summer or early. We don't know yet. So, or maybe it is. I'm the one that doesn't know. So I'm going to have to look that one up myself. But I have confidence. I really do. It looks nice. I'm just really hoping they don't screw it up. I really hope they don't. But since I see this, you know, it's originally in Japan and all that, where they're making it, it's not an Americanized Hollywood version, so I am more confident that they'll do right with the source material than if it was done in Hollywood, you know? So I have a tad bit more confidence in that, which most of the time they'll do it right. And I know sometimes there's also a miss, like they did with Attack on Titan, and that was like a big miss. But you know, with Full Metal, like I said before, you just can't screw that one up. It's laid out. You just gotta try your best, or you know, the director, producers, and writers just do their best to get what the source. And I know to transfer in a film is a bit tad difficult. And now if it was done as a series, that would have been different. That's a lot easier to work out. But then again, what's the point of making a series from an animated series just to live action, which is basically almost the same thing, which it obviously it works better for an anime format, since it's a more manga anime based kind of story or series. So you know, they're going with the film route in this. So in film, it's a bit different, where it kind of takes more time to learn how to put what you need to put, what they have to take, they think is the right parts to take out. You know, that's not really necessary to the story. I just hope they don't do any dramatic changes where they completely change something and we're like, okay, that did not happen, you know, in Full Metal. So I'm hoping they don't take too much, you know. They put what's needed, At least in the first one, but I assume they'll make more because, like I said, they just can't. They can't cover the whole story arc, the whole story. I'm sorry, the whole story of Full Metal in one film. It just can't. They can't. So I assume it'll go at least up to a trilogy. At least. So yeah. But I am actually kind of intrigued. I am excited for this one. So not hyped yet. I mean, but like I said, because of that whole, if most of the films that were anime, those anime adapted films, for the majority were pretty spot on and well done, then I would have been actually very hyped and have more confidence. But since I know I kind of see more miss than hits here. That's why I haven't fully jumped on the hype train. But it's Full Metal, so it's kind of hard not to, because freaking Full Metal Alchemist is just one of the most, almost, if not perfect anime, very well-rounded story, character development, the action, the drama, the comedy, the unique storyline there. I think I already said that before, but just everything's just been done in one. It wrapped up nicely. It started nicely. The pacing was spot on. I mean, just everything about it for me personally, and most people that love this series, it's just great. So it's because it's so good, you have almost high expectations that it should be just as good, or hopefully, if it's possible, even better. So I'm trying my best not to, but it's so hard because it's Full Metal Alchemist. So I'm trying not to get way overhyped or have a very high expectation. So I'm trying to kind of have a low key on that until I watch the official trailer. Then I'll make my decision how I'll really feel about it. But for now, I'm having more positivity than negativity that this will be just fine. So far, just for the teaser alone. But I still can't wait. I still can't wait for this one, to be honest with y'all. So, yeah. And I think that's all I got to say. I can't wait. Man, the action scenes I think is going to be pretty tight with the whole transmutation circles and all that. So, can't wait for that. It already looked pretty tight. That's what caught my attention around the end. So I can't wait for those scenes to pop up. Now, if they cover Shot Tucker, oh god, Nina. Enough said. So, yeah. Anyways, I think that's all I gotta say for now. I don't want to keep killing time. So if you like my video, you know what to do. And as always, guys, like I say to everyone else here, I hope y'all have a nice